The work that I'm preparing generally centers on the practice of listening in a number of different ways. The work you'll see behind me called Death Rattle is a piece made out of cardboard where I've created fragile parts of the human body, and it kind of centers on the idea of listening, the listening that we do at the beginning of life and the listening we do to our loved ones at the end of life. I also have a number of other projects or pieces on the program that also center on listening and the way that we sort of navigate the spaces that we live in. One is a piece called Human Stylus, where a pair of headphones the user wears connects them to the ground, and they listen to the texture and the changes in surfaces and how we navigate space, both visually and also aurally. And then finally, I have a piece that's called Sanctus. It's a piece for reclaimed marching band instruments, copper tubes, acoustic mirrors, and samples of both birdsong and also the chants of Hildegard von Bingen.
Excited about the concert on May 20th at the Villa Aurelia Gardens. There will be two pieces of mine at that concert. One is a collaboration with my husband Ted Moore. It's an installation of handmade automated wind chimes, many of which you see around the space, called Aluminum Forest. And Ted and I have been working on this project since coming to Rome. And it involves wind chimes that will be agitated with DC motors and controlled via Wi-Fi enabled Arduino. And with the interface that Ted has created, we can create a variety of gestures, jittering, swishing, twirling with the chimes. And another component of the installation is that there will be little motion sensors around the space. So when audiences enter the space, they'll be able to trigger reactions from the chimes. So we're very excited about that. The second thing that will be at the Villa Aurelia concert is a 6-channel arrangement I'm making for a piece I wrote for Ekmeles, which is a vocal sextet, and that piece is called Forgetting. It was the first project I worked on here while I was in Rome, and it is for 6 singers and toy noisemakers. The work can function as an acoustic performance. The mix that I will be doing for the Villa Aurelia concert will be for 6 speakers.
So this installation is called In Dark Times Will There Be Singing. It's after a Bertolt Brecht poem that he wrote in the 30s when he was fleeing Germany during World War II. The idea is that passers-by in the park come by and they go into this little garret, this little guard house, and there's a computer screen and a pedal that asks them to sing a song that brings them joy. They press the pedal, and as they press the pedal, they record themselves singing that song. And when they let go of the pedal, they hear back someone else who has already sang in this installation.
Supercalifragilistichespiralidoso, anche se a sentirlo può sembrare un po' curioso, se lo dici forte avrà un successo strepitoso. Supercalifragilistichespiralidoso.
The American Academy of Rome is just there, and so I've walked through this park many of times. And my idea was, it's COVID. People are unable to participate in choirs. They're unable to sing to each other and have this intimate experience of hearing vocal music and having that exchange with other people. So my idea was to make a place, to create a space where people are interacting with one another through song in a public space. So then this recordings are being collected. They're on a website. You can go to the website and you can listen to the recordings that are being made. I will create a collage of all the recordings, and they will be played in a concert with a string quartet playing with this collage of these Romans singing these songs that bring them joy.
I think what is particularly incredible about being at the American Academy of Rome are the relationships that are established between fellows. Particularly in this project, it's been wonderful to work with Bill, to work with Katie, and to work with Ted, and to think together about how we might create an experience for everyone here in our current situation of the pandemic, and how we both might create work that speaks to this moment, and then also work that in a more logistical sense responds to the limitations or the constraints that we're working through at the moment. Creating work at the Villa Aurelia, it's impossible to not be inspired by the beauty, by the history. I could go on and on about all of that, but it's just an incredibly inspiring place, and it's an inspiring place both visually and historically, and also being around all of the other fellows has been incredibly inspiring and moving for me. So I'm really pleased and honored to have an opportunity to be able to do this.
Because of my time at the Academy, I'm starting to go into work that my practice otherwise hasn't had time or space for. I'm going a lot into installation work. After Aluminum Forest, I'm going to be working on, I'm obsessed with this cave-like space down just the floor below the ground floor of the Academy, and I really want to make these, I've been building these sort of water droplets out of chicken wire and paper macheing them, and I'm going to put speakers inside them and use some field recordings that my husband and I made while we were in Colorado of snow melting. I think it's so nice. There's no other time in my life where I would have that idea and just be able to do it. But because I'm here and that's sort of what my job is right now, I have the privilege of being able to pursue those creative ventures.
I'm also an improviser, and while in Rome, it's a great opportunity to meet some people in the improvisation community here and make some music with them. And so at the May 20th concert, I will be performing with Fabrizio Spera, who's a drummer and improviser based in Rome, who's also played all over the world. And we have met and had some nice conversations, but the first time we make music together will be at the concert, and that'll be very exciting, and to play with him and to meet him musically.